Okay, so the Western Conference Finals started tonight. This was a very good game. And, this is between Vegas and Dallas. Dallas coming off of a Game 7 win with Colorado. Vegas coming off of a Game 7 win with Vancouver. Now, these were two very interesting series. Both Western Conference series back in round 2 were so much fun to watch. And I liked both of these teams over Colorado because they beat my Coyotes. And Vancouver, which was actually a pretty close competition because I wouldn't care who won that series, to be honest. But both of the teams that I was rooting for won, and now heading into this series, I really don't care who wins. And I mean, I'm rooting for Dallas, even though they're my seventh favorite team. But they just keep coming back. Like, I see something different in Dallas this year. And I mean, Vegas, if they move on, I won't really care. I'll be happy for them. I'll probably root for them against whether they play Tampa or New York. I'll probably root for Tampa. But, I don't really care who wins the Cup final if it's Vegas and Tampa. But yeah, so heading to this game, I was really worried about Dallas being able to contain the dominant Vegas offense. Now, of course, Vancouver, they had Thatcher Demko and all the other defensive players on their team to shut down the Vegas Golden Knights. Heading to this, I didn't know. Because, Anton Khudobin is a great goalie. I'm not going to deny him not being a great goalie, not being a bad goalie. But he's not I'm not trying to disrespect Khudobin at all, but he's not Demko style of play, I guess. I mean, you know what I mean. Cogliano is out once again, so Kiviranta is in once again. And I should have wrote down his stats. And surprisingly, Marc-Andre Fleury started this game. I was thinking Robin Lehner would start this game, but I think Lehner will be starting game 2, though, definitely. So yeah, first period, pretty early in, less than 3 minutes into the game. John Klingberg gets a goal from the point, wrist shot, with Ben and Faxa getting the assist. 2:36 in, 1-0 Dallas, and it was a great shot from the point. Klingberg's third goal of the playoffs. The defensemen have been really playing well offensively, and they've really been playing well defensively too. Like they've a lot of these defenders for Dallas have been really two-way players. It's great watching this Dallas team play. By the end of the first period, Vegas had 12 icings. 12. And you look at that, you say to yourself, you're like, okay, so, that explains why Dallas is up in shots, kinda, 11-8. And with all those with all the icings, it explains that, and they really just gotta stop icing the puck. Like they keep trying to clear it, and then they just ends up getting an icing. I mean, I hate the penalty. I hate icing itself. I always get called for it. But I mean, it's true. When you're shooting down for the empty net, it's usually at the end of the game. When you're shooting down for the empty net for your 6th goal of the game. No, I'm kidding. For my first goal of the game, it usually misses by an inch and just calls an icing. I'm like, well, that's perfect. But yeah, it's not good defensively for Vegas, and luckily it was only one goal that they let in there. Second period, no goals. Dallas really contained Vegas in this period. And the final shots were 23-12 for Dallas after those 2 periods, and 4 shots. 4 shots for Vegas for the entire period. And they were really shutting down Vegas' top players. Mark Stone, they've been shutting down. Marchessault, they've been shutting down. They've been really shutting down a lot of their top defensive players. And I mean, Khudobin played really well this game. And I mean, Fleury played incredibly well too. There was a lot of power plays and PKs in this game too. It was a decent game. Third period, there was no goals once again, so Khudobin gets that shutout. Vegas really pressured hard. It was basically a goalie show. And I mean, there was saves on Fleury on the other end. Dallas only had 2 shots in that period. It was really just a fight in between both teams for this last period. I mean, there was a really goaltending show, to be honest. Khudobin played really well, made some insane stops. I'm like, how the heck did that puck not go in? And Vegas came back in shots. They scored a total of 13 shots in that period to go up to tie the Dallas shot total with 25-25 for shots. Towards the end there, they pulled their goaltender. That was proven unsuccessful by a lot of teams so far in this series. So yeah, that was the end of the game. Final score was 1-0 Dallas. I'm going to make a change here. We're only going to add in 2 things here. I mean, we're gonna take out some things here. We're gonna take out block shots and penalty minutes. We're only gonna have shots, power play stuff, and the hits, because that's pretty much the main stuff. And I'm sorry if you want the advanced stats, but that's pretty much the main stuff. So shots were 25-25. It was pretty dead even there, but it was really dominant by Dallas. Dallas was over 2 on the power play. Vegas was over 4. One thing I noticed, Vegas only had like perfect 2-minute power plays. Because the second that Vegas would get a penalty, less than 30 seconds later they would get themselves a penalty. So like it would be 4-on-4 and then eventually Dallas power play. So it is what it is. Dallas wins 1-0. I mean, Vegas has really got to improve on their offense. I mean, like if they play like how they did in that third period, I think they will win game 2, which is that Tuesday at 8 p.m. But they just didn't play well until that last period. 3 stars of the game, Anton Khudobin, of course. His first career postseason shutout. You just have to have him up there, to be honest. John Klingberg was number 2 with the only goal, and then Marc-Andre Fleury was number 3, respected number 3, with 24 out of 25. As I said, pretty much a goaltending show. In Game 2, Ryan Reeves will return after the 1 suspension. Illegal check to the head on Tyler Mott. I was supposed to preview that, but like an idiot that I am, I did it. So I forgot to. And you will also expect a Eastern Conference series preview tomorrow between Tampa and New York. It's going to be a very interesting game, and I can't wait to watch it. So, yeah, I mean, if Dallas just doesn't play how they did in that third period, I think they really will. They really do stand a chance against Vegas. And as I said, I really was wondering how they were going to contend all these Vegas' players because they don't have a Thatcher Demko goaltender. I mean, Khudobin's been playing well, but he hasn't really played Demko level, I guess. But you know what I mean. So, anyways, that's it for this game review. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 400 subscribers by the end of the year. The constant support's been awesome. If you guys are coming from Hot Take Aqua with the Flyers rant, I am very sorry for being salty as heck. But I do thank you very much for coming. So we're currently at 371 subscribers. We're really getting there pretty quickly. I think we'll hit it by the end of the month, or at least before then. So yeah, thank you guys for the constant support. In the nearly 9 months of doing this, we're in month number 9 now. 400 subscribers is a pretty good accomplishment. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.